Okay, I'm going to get started because it's 2 on Thursday. Donc, on est le 15 octobre 2020. We're going to continue here in chapter 7, Les Fêtes. And it is in chapter 7, Les Fêtes, where we meet direct object pronouns for the first time. So, direct object pronouns, there's a lot about them that is different from in English. So, in English, it's they and it. In French, let's see if we can suss this out. So, les fêtes, le jour de l'an, les Américains, le fête, la Toussaint, les Américains ne la fêtent pas. Halloween, les Américains l'adorent. Les Français les adorent. Oh, les jours fériés, les Français les adorent. Thanksgiving, les Français ne la fêtent pas. Ne le fêtent pas parce que c'est le Thanksgiving. So, let's talk about how we would translate those. We have Americans celebrate it, le jour de l'an. Americans do not celebrate it, la Toussaint. Well, in Louisiana, people do celebrate la Toussaint, c'est le 1er Novembre, and it is the traditional day to go to the cemetery and clean up the graves. Why is it la fête? It's because it's la Toussaint. It's coming up, incidentally. In 2 weeks, it'll be la Toussaint. Halloween, les Américains l'adorent. So why is it L apostrophe? It's because adore begins with an A. Les Américains l'adorent. Les jours fériés, les Français les adorent. The French love them. So the French, the Americans love Halloween, they love it. The French love days off, les jours fériés. The French love them. Thanksgiving, les Français ne le fêtent pas. So le refers back to Thanksgiving. The French do not celebrate it. So let's look at these questions. These are called direct object pronouns. So let's fill in the blanks. The direct object pronoun blank is used to refer to a masculine noun before a consonant. So here we have a consonant f, fête, f, fête, so le fête. The direct object pronoun, so that would be le. The direct object pronoun blank is used to refer to a feminine, let me erase that, a feminine noun before a consonant. So that would be, so here we go. That would be that one, right? Because here we have les Américains la fête. So the direct pronoun la is used to refer to a feminine before a consonant. The direct pronoun blank is used to refer to a singular noun before a vowel or mute H. And so that would be the L apostrophe, just an L, right? Let me erase those. Boop, boop, boop. And then we have the last but not least, the direct object pronoun blank is used to refer to a plural noun. So that would be this, les. So these are direct object pronouns, le, la, et les. L apostrophe is before a vowel. What do you notice about the position of the direct object pronoun in the sentence above? So it's a different order of things. We are in a different, so it's called syntax, and the syntax is different. So it goes before the vowel. The verb. So there you have le jour de l'an, les Américains le fêtent. So the direct object pronoun is placed before the verb. In the negative, the direct object pronoun is placed, let's find the negation, les Français ne le fêtent pas. So where is it? It's the exact same thing. It is before the verb, and the ne pas go around the direct object pronoun and the vowel and the verb. Okay, so let's look at this in some different ways. So we're going to look at this little display of direct object pronouns, and get ready because there are a lot of them, and we're only going to focus right now on these guys and these guys. Okay, so let me share this and present it. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So these are pronouns that are direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns. So we're not going to worry today about these guys. You're not going to worry about, we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry too much about that. We're going to stick to these. The me, te, nu, vous, le, la, les. Okay. So they affect the order of things, the order in which they go. So tu me parles, you speak to me. So in English, it goes, the direct object pronoun goes at the end. You speak to me, but in French, it's tu me parles, tu m'as parlé, tu vas me parler. So in this case, you're going to talk to me, and it goes after. Here's the negations that we were just talking about, where the direct object pronoun goes before the verb each time. And the ne pas goes around the direct object pronoun, the verb. Tu ne me parles pas, tu ne m'as pas parlé, tu ne vas pas me parler. Parle-moi, ne me parle pas. So moi is also a direct object pronoun. It is a tonic pronoun, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, let me get rid of those lines. Okay, so here we have direct object pronoun again with me, but we also have te, nous, and vous. Eric me téléphone and te parle, tu nous téléphones, je vous parle. Eric telephones me and speaks to me. You call us, I speak to you. Direct object pronouns. Here we are, what we just did in the book. So these are, they can refer to a person, they can refer to a thing, they can refer to a plural. So, for example, je regarde le film, je le regarde. Elle voit la fille, elle la voit. So let's think about how that would be translated. It is just, she sees it. She sees the girl. She sees her. Elle apporte les livres, elle les apporte. Qu'est-ce qu'elle apporte? Les livres, elle les apporte. So we would say she carries them. Tu trouves les clés, tu les trouves, tu ne les trouves pas. You find the keys, you find them, you don't find them, tu ne les trouves pas. Elle finit le livre, elle le finit, elle ne le finit pas. She finished the book, she finishes it, she doesn't finish it. Vous invitez Claudine, vous ne l'invitez pas, vous ne l'invitez pas. So notice that here, when it's a vowel and the I, l'invité, it's just L apostrophe. Okay, vous l'invitez, and that refers to who? It refers to Claudine. So if you were doing something like looking at Claudine, so the vowel wouldn't be there. If we say, je regarde Claudine, je la regarde. The L apostrophe and the la are the same. They are both direct objects referring to Claudine. Okay, moving along. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is just another way of looking at it. Je regarde le film, je le regarde. Elle voit la fille, elle la voit. Elle apporte les livres, elle les apporte. Le, la, les. Can be it. It can also be him or her. It is replacing a masculine or feminine or plural noun. And here we are in the passé composé. So this is where we're going to end with this for right now. Well, we're not going to go to those indirects. In the passé composé, there's something that I'm not going to hold you guys accountable for, but I want you to be aware of it. So this is called a past participle. The trouver, the I accent aigu. And in these two cases, you don't have to worry about making the past participle agree when you have a direct object pronoun before the avoir auxiliary. Elle l'a trouvé, vous l'avez invité, because guess what? The livre is masculine and singular. The Sebastian, il est masculin singulier. But here we have Caroline, who is singular but not masculine, and you have to make the past participle agree. J'ai vu Caroline, je l'ai vu. Tu as apporté les livres, tu les as apportés. Vous avez rendu les photos, photo is feminine. Vous les avez rendus, IS. Elle a pris les livres, elle les a pris. So livre masculine, elle les a pris. We don't have to worry about making this plural or agree. Les photos, feminine, we have to stick an E on that rendu, and it's plural, so we put an S. Books, masculine, so we are just going to make it plural. Les livres, tu les as apportés. Caroline, je l'ai vu, because Caroline is feminine, you stick an E at the end there. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the book, and I'm going to mess around a little bit more with, let's get out of full screen, with direct object pronouns in the chapter. Okay. Skipping all this. Here we go. So, en ce qui concerne, so this is an example where we are looking at sentences with direct object pronouns. And here they are. The le, the les, the la, the L apostrophe, the plural, the les. So, en ce qui concerne le petit déjeuner, je le prends tous les jours ou je ne le prends pas tous les jours, ou je ne le prends pas souvent. So what you're really trying to get here, it's both of these sentences are perfectly correct. You're understanding that the le is the petit déjeuner. You also need to understand that it doesn't really matter if you take it or not. Je prends tous les jours means I have breakfast every day. It's that you are understanding that the le is the petit déjeuner. Les devoirs. Je les fais tous les jours ou je ne les fais pas. La télé. Je la regarde tous les jours ou je ne la regarde pas trop. So what is the thing that you're not watching too much? What is the thing you're not always doing? Or maybe you are always doing. Les devoirs. La télé. Je ne la regarde tout le temps. La radio. Je l'écoute de temps en temps. Non, je ne l'écoute pas. La radio, voici un verbe qui commence avec un voyelle. L'espagnol, oui, je le parle. De temps en temps, non, je ne le parle pas ou je ne le parle jamais, never. Le président des États-Unis, this one's a hard one to say. Oui, je l'admire beaucoup. So what is the L referring to? It's the L apostrophe is the president. It's a him. Je ne l'admire pas vraiment. La leçon de français, je la comprends ou non, je ne la comprends pas. Les sciences. Oui, je les étudie ou non, je ne les étudie pas. Okay, so those are direct object pronouns. here we are using them, and you have to pay attention to the fact that the subject still acts on that verb. So let's use this example here. Okay. Mes étudiants m'adorent. Mes étudiants m'adorent. Who do they adore? Me. Plural, m'adorent. But I cannot say mes étudiants me détestent because look, the verb is singular. So I can say, let's, who doesn't like me? I'm going to think about that for a second. Somebody who detests me, and then I'm going to make up a name. Amanda me déteste. Amanda me, could you come over here, Amanda? All right, she doesn't want to. Amanda me déteste. So why is it that this has to be just one person who detests me? It's because the verb déteste is one person. Ici, je vais dire les étudiants ou mes collègues m'écoutent, plural. Ils m'écoutent, mes collègues m'écoutent. So this is all me. Mon mari me comprend. Mon mari me comprend. Mon étudiant, mon ami m'invite. Ah, no, c'est masculin. Mon ami m'invite chez lui. Okay, so here we have the pronoun me referring back to me, and we have to pay attention to the subject of these sentences, which are what determines the verb. Okay, that is that for now on the book exercises for direct object pronouns. I'm going to play us a couple of songs that involve direct object pronouns. So the first song is by Carla Bruni. And I just want you to sit there and enjoy the song. I'm going to have to stop the share for a second and make sure that you get the sound. Boom, share sound, optimize, share. Here we go. Okay, and then we're going to go to, the song is called Quelqu'un m'a dit. It is by Carla Bruni. She is the former president of France, Sarkozy's wife. She was a singer and a model. She still is a singer and a model. She's kind of out of fashion, but regardless, she sings a song that involves a lot of direct object pronouns.
On me dit que nos vies ne valent pas grand-chose, elles passent en un instant comme fanent les roses. On me dit que le temps qui glisse est un salaud, que de nos chagrins il s'en fait des manteaux. Pourtant quelqu'un m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. C'est quelqu'un qui m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. Serait-ce possible alors? Le destin se moque bien de nous, qu'il ne nous donne rien et qu'il nous promet tout. Paraît que le bonheur est à portée de main, alors on tend la main et on se retrouve fou. Pourtant quelqu'un m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. C'est quelqu'un qui m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. Serait-ce possible alors? Serait-ce possible alors? Mais qui est-ce qui m'a dit que toujours tu m'aimais? Je ne me souviens plus, c'était tard dans la nuit. J'entends encore la voix, mais je ne vois plus les traits. Il vous aime, ses secrets, le dites pas, je vous l'ai dit. Tu vois, quelqu'un m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. Me l'a-t-on vraiment dit que tu m'aimais encore? Serait-ce possible alors? valent pas grand-chose, elles passent en un instant, comme fanent les roses. On me dit que le temps qui glisse est un salaud, que de nos tristesses il s'en fait des manteaux. Pourtant quelqu'un m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. C'est quelqu'un qui m'a dit que tu m'aimais encore. Serait-ce possible alors?
Okay, so we're going to look at this song by Sarkozy, Madame Sarkozy. Actually, we're not going to call her Madame Sarkozy. It is Carla Bruni, and she was married to the President Sarkozy. We're going to look at some of those direct object pronouns. And then this song also introduces us to the notion of the imparfait, which is another lesson for this chapter, the imperfect tense. So let's stick to our direct object pronouns. Okay, so the direct object pronouns that we're going to be looking at here for this exercise are me, m apostrophe, nous, and vous. So the song, the title is Quelqu'un m'a dit. So we have quelqu'un blank a dit, quelqu'un m'a dit, and the answer is this. So the answer is M. Quelqu'un m'a dit. Let's put that over here. Quelqu'un. So for that first one, it's just quelqu'un m'a dit. So the next one, on me dit que nos vies ne valent pas grand-chose. So they tell me, on me dit que nos vies ne valent pas grand-chose. On me dit, so the next one is also number 2, is also on me dit. On me dit que le temps qui glisse est un salaud. So they tell me. Then we're going to go down here in principle. So here we are, we're getting into what's called the imperfect tense. And so what they're telling her, on m'a dit, is they tell me, que tu m'aimais encore. So that you used to, and you still do, love me. Okay, so that aimer there is in the imparfait. So that's the next thing we're going to work on in this class. But the direct object pronoun is it's just M apostrophe, que tu m'aimais encore, that you still love me. Now remember, it's the past tense, so it doesn't quite translate into what we have in English for the past tense. On me dit que le destin se moque de nous. So they tell me that destiny makes fun of us. Qu'il ne nous donne rien. So here we're using a different direct object pronoun, and it's nous. Qu'il ne nous donne rien. That destiny mocks us and it doesn't give us, nous, anything, but it promises, qu'il nous promet tout. It promises us everything. Qu'il nous promet tout. Okay, then there's some more singing. Mais qui est-ce qui m'a dit que toujours tu m'aimais, that you were still in love with me? Her answer is, so who told me that you still loved me? And she says, je ne me souviens plus. C'était tard la nuit. I don't remember. It was late at night. So let me just reiterate that we have in this exercise the new tense that we're going to look at in a second, which is the imperfect tense. And here, so it's m'aimer, and here we have it again in the été. C'était tard la nuit. So this is the past tense. It's called the imperfect tense. So this song has direct object pronouns and imperfect tense. Could I please get rid of that arrow? Thank you very much. The eraser doesn't want to work. There we go. Okay. J'entends encore la voix, mais je ne vois plus les traits. Il vous aime. So this is a voice saying. So this one, il vous aime. It goes here for number 7. And why does it change to vous? Il vous aime. So let me just see if I can stick that vous over there. No, it doesn't let me do that. It's because she is hearing from a voice. J'entends encore la voix, mais je ne vois plus les traits. I hear a voice, but I don't see who it is. Il, and the voice is saying, see the quotation marks, il vous aime, c'est secret, ne lui dites pas que je vous l'ai dit. So the vous is, it's the singing back at the singer. Okay, so now we're going to move on a little bit to the imparfait. All right, so I'm going to go over here. Boom, boom. Let's get in the slides. Oh, I see what's up. I'm in the wrong Google account. It's like those are not the imparfait slides. There's some other slides. Okay, so the imparfait is different from the passé composé. We're going to do a little review of passé composé. So this is all the things that are really important for this chapter, le chapitre 7, les fêtes. Okay, so one thing is to know the fêtes. So we did that last week. If you haven't watched last week's video, I would strongly recommend that you do. Les fêtes en France, aux États-Unis, le jour du travail dans les 2 pays, donc le jour du travail, Labor Day or May Day, la fête d'indépendance dans les 2 pays, le 14 juillet ou le 4 juillet, les fêtes religieuses aux 2 pays. So last week with Caitlin, we talked a lot about some of these Catholic fêtes like Assomption, la Toussaint, les jours fériés, a day off. So in our case, in the United States, our day off is Martin Luther King Day, for example. That would be a jour férié. Les fêtes que vous préférez et que vous ne préférez pas. And then understanding that all the fêtes are la fête de. So if there's a name that's a saint, it's going to be la fête de because it's a fête. So we talked about that last week. You also have IR verbs in this chapter. So, ouvrir, couvrir, découvrir, offrir, rendre, suffire. Donc, Dieu merci, je ne souffre pas du Covid. Tu ouvres mon cadeau. You open, actually, that should be mes cadeaux. Or, voilà. You open my present. Tu ouvres mon cadeau. Il découvre un vaccin pour le COVID-19. Nous offrons un cadeau à notre professeur. Vous rendez visite à vos grands-parents. Oui, je leur rends visite. Il couvre le visage avec un masque. Okay, so IRRE verbs are part of this chapter. What we were just doing, les pronoms d'objet direct et indirect. Me, te, le, la, nous, vous, and les. These are the pronouns. These are the object pronouns. And the imparfait. So I want to focus the rest of today's class on imparfait. Okay, le passé composé est le premier temps que nous comprenons en français. Il faut comprendre le passé composé pour comprendre l'imparfait. You have to understand the passé composé in French to get the imparfait. So the passé composé is an action that is done and over, it's finished, it's gone. So, par exemple, the passé composé. J'ai dansé hier. I danced yesterday. That's over. I'm not dancing today. Nous sommes allés à Nichols pour la dernière fois le 15 mars. So that was the last time in the spring that I went to Nichols, le 15 mars. Over, done, finished. However, the passé imparfait is an action qui continue, un état, une condition, des actions habituelles. So things that are ongoing in the past. Somebody told me that you still loved me. That guy still loves her. It's ongoing. It's a continual action. It's a state or a condition. It's a habitual action. I used to do something in the past, habitual action. Donc, les actions continuées au passé. Je parlais au téléphone quand tu es venu frapper à la porte. So notice, je parlais is the passé, is the imparfait. It's ongoing. Moi, je parlais au téléphone quand tu es venu, boom, you came, et vous avez frappé à la porte. So, tu es venu frapper à la porte is the passé composé, but je parlais, I was speaking on the phone when you knocked on the door. Nous cuisinions à la maison au lieu de manger au restaurant. We used to eat at home instead of eating in restaurants. Habitually, we ate at home. Nous cuisinions à la maison. So it is states that existed in the past, including this very important one, which was I was. I was. J'étais petite et j'aimais mes peluches. I was little and I loved my stuffed animals. Nous n'étions pas très sérieux. We used to not be very serious. I wasn't very serious. We weren't very serious. Mais nous le sommes maintenant, but we are today. And habitual actions in the past. So, nous allions à l'école. Il faisait les cours au supermarché. Tu mangeais la viande, mais tu es végétarien maintenant. Lui, il fumait, mais il ne fume plus. So, we used to go to school. Nous allions à l'école. We used to do this thing. Habitual action in the past. Il faisait les cours au supermarché. He used to do supermarket shopping. Tu mangeais la viande. You used to eat meat. But look, mais tu es végétarien maintenant. But now you're a vegetarian. Lui, il fumait, mais il ne fume plus. He used to smoke, but now he doesn't. Il ne fume plus. Okay, so I think that's the last slide. So let's go into Français Interactif and do a couple of imparfait exercises. And then I'm going to tell you what is due for this week. And that's it. Okay, so here's the imparfait, the explanation. So if you have a book, make it big, you would want to look on page 182. And here's the formation of it. So in the ER verb, you put an AIS on there. So it's the root of the verb is DANS. See how it's DNAS each time? Let's draw a little line under that to DANS, 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 DANS. And then you have AES. So these are the endings. Let's draw some more lines. Okay, so for je et tu, the ending is AIS. For il, elle, on, it's AIT tacked onto that DANS. And then we have DIONS for the nu. And then we have IEZ for the vous. And then we have the AIENT, danser. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. And it's going to work like that for all the ER verbs. So let's take another ER verb, such as chanter. So on a dansé, on a chanté, singing and dancing. Je chantais. Tu chantais. Il, elle, on chantait. Nous chantions. Let's move it all the way down. Nous chantions. Vous chantiez. Vous chantiez. And il, elle chantait. So, il, elle chantait. Il, elle chantait. Voila. So the endings are there and they're the same. Here's the beauty of the imparfait, it's the same for these guys. You just have to know that. So what does it end with? In the case of finissez, the stem is right here. So you just add those endings. So let's go back to looking at that. It's this is F-E-N-E, deux S, F-E-N-E, deux S, F-E-N-E, deux S, F-E-N-E, deux S. And there's the endings, which are exactly the same as we just saw for the ER verbs. So let's look at this, and then I'm gonna go back to what is coming due. Okay. Qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Corey, qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Il étudiait, il regardait la télévision, il buvait du thé. What was he doing? So remember, this is imparfait, past tense, imperfect tense. Was he studying? Was he watching TV? Was he drinking tea? Donc, Corey, je pense qu'on pourrait dire, Corey, il regardait la télé. Il regardait la télé. Tammy, qu'est-ce qu'elle faisait? Elle faisait du jogging, elle faisait la cuisine, elle prenait des photos. Regarde, elle faisait la cuisine, elle faisait la cuisine. She was cooking. Joe Bob, qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Il parlait au téléphone, il finissait ses devoirs, il mangeait un hamburger. Évidemment, il mangeait un hamburger. Voilà, il mangeait un hamburger. Et en papa, qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Papa, comme on dit, qu'est-ce qu'il faisait? Il faisait des courses, il dansait, il nageait. Donc, papa, il dansait dans sa salle. Il dansait. C'est un peu bizarre qu'il danse parce qu'il est vieux, mais pourquoi pas? Papa dansait. Et Tex. Où était Tex? Il était dans sa voiture, il était au parc ou il était chez lui? Donc, le voilà Tex, il était dans sa voiture. Il était dans sa voiture. He was in his car. He was. Okay, so that's all we're going to do from the passé composé today, but I'm going to show you your homework, which is coming due in Moodle. Where's my Moodle? There we go. Okay. So there's let me see, am I screen sharing? No, here we go. Okie dokie dokie. So there is two things that I am going to recommend that you do if you want to practice those. If you want to practice those direct object pronouns, which you probably should, to do well on the rest of the chapter. Okay, so here we go. Chapitre 7, les fêtes. So let's look at what's coming due. So to do some more practice with those, I would recommend that you go down here and you try to fill in the blanks for the Elle m'a dit. And then there's another song that is called Quelqu'un m'a, oh, sorry. You fill in the blanks for the Quelqu'un m'a dit, which we just did. And then there's another song called Elle m'a dit. And you have the choice of these direct object pronouns to plug into the blanks. And then you can check yourself on that by going to here where it says réponse, elle m'a dit. Okay, so if you want to practice direct object pronouns, that is what I recommend. Let's look at what's coming due. Okay, so I'm making your quiz for this chapter a little different than you did in prior chapters. So I want you to write a little essay. Dans deux paragraphes bien rédigés, en employant le vocabulaire du chapitre, écrivez un texte où vous expliquez vos fêtes préférées et les fêtes que vous n'aimez pas. Vous pouvez écrire plus de 2 paragraphes si vous voulez. You must use vocabulary from chapter 7. So you cannot use Google Translate. And if I find any wacky future tense, unusual, super sophisticated tenses that you do not know, it'll be an automatic 0. So you have been forewarned. I do want you to use direct object pronouns and actually, you know what? I'm going to take that out. I just want you to use direct object pronouns. We're not going to worry about the indirect object pronouns, just direct object pronouns. And if you're talking about what you used to like, I'm going to say, and utiliser de, pronom objet direct, et utiliser l'imparfait. So what you used to like. So that is part 1 for tomorrow. That is due tomorrow, guys. Part 2, there was also something due today, which I don't think many of you did it. So when I send out this video, I'll remind you. So that would be, yes, upload these questions for October 15th. That is for today. So this is supposed to sort of build on the next thing, which since only one of you did, it's not really building. So if you want credit for that, I would do it. So that is part 1. And then you also have a petit projet that is due, which is to watch these videos and read the instructions. So petit projet numéro 3, watch these invitations en fait. Which one are you going to? Explain which one you liked. Use 2 direct object pronouns. Explain what you used to do to have fun and why this particular fête sounds like it would be fun. Talk who you are going to tell. Respond using 2 indirect object pronouns. Actually, let me get rid of those indirect object pronouns because you don't know them yet. So you are going to watch these different, boom. We're gonna go like this. Okay, there we go. Now without indirect object pronouns. So you have several invitations done by students from past classes here. So you're gonna watch each one of them and then you're gonna answer these questions. Okay, so this is due tomorrow, your invitation à la fête. Listen to the videos, say which one you're going to. So that is here, petit projet 2 à 3, and then quelle fête. So you watch the videos here, you answer and upload which fête you're going to go to. You also have a little essay due. This is a lot that you have due by tomorrow. I'm gonna take the essay out because I think that's overload. So let's just sum it back up. So if I take the essay out, I'm sorry that I didn't realize I loaded it all up on October 16th. So, and I'll send it out in an email, so it should be pretty clear. You have petit projet 3, quiz 3, and if you didn't do this, you should do it. Then we're going to get rid of that essay. Okay, so that is all I have for today. You do have a test next week. You should be working on your Texas grammar. We're going to go back over imparfait and the direct and indirect object pronouns. So that'll be next week. And so don't worry about these essays. I'm going to hide them so that they no longer are in, they no longer count. Okay. So that's that. Au revoir, bonne chance. You can always send me an email if you have questions.